What is up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. It's Tuesday again. Do you guys feel like the months after January just fly? Like all of a sudden it is May 6th. Happy day after Cinco de Mayo. I am in Mexico and I forgot that it exists. I'm not a big drinker, so I generally have one or two beverages, adult beverages on the weekends, maybe, but I don't drink during the week. So I totally forgot it was Cinco de Mayo. We did have tacos twice by default. So I guess we did celebrate because who doesn't like a taco? We had massages on Saturday this week. So usually we go and get our groceries for our meal prep on Sunday, and my husband likes to marinate our meat products. We do skirt steak and chicken bulk prep every single week. We'll get into this with routine here in a minute. But we didn't go to the grocery store on Saturday. So he didn't get to marinate the meat until Sunday. And so then he had to grill it yesterday. So that meant we went out for tacos for lunch, which we usually never do, which was actually kind of exciting. So anyway, out of the norm for us, but it was fun. And then we made tacos with the batch prepped meat for dinner. But anyway, I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I hope you had a happy Cinco de Mayo. I also am wishing you a happy early Mother's Day. If you're seeing this in the comments, tell us what you want. What do you want for Mother's Day? Like a day off, a massage, a spa day, a nap, Tiffany bracelet, Louis Vuitton bag. What dream big? What do you want? A new Stanley Cup, manicure? Let's hear it. Let's hear what you want. Let me know in the comments. I would love to manifest that for you because moms deserve the whole world. And the least we can do is get you a cool present that makes you feel special. Or maybe it's brunch with your family or whatever the case may be. Some moms are like, brunch with my family is not relaxing. And some moms are like, I love doing that. So everybody has their own, way of relaxing and enjoying their children and their families and all of the things. So whatever that is for you, I know you will get it. Your family will provide, and let's speak it out into the universe. But anyway, happy Mother's Day. In honor of Mother's Day, we're going to talk about balance today. When I asked for topics, I got 2 suggestions. And if you guys have any suggestions of what you'd like me to talk about, please DM me or comment on any one of the posts, or I don't know, find me somewhere. You can send me a letter, whatever works best for you to get it to me. I am happy to talk about. So I'll tell you who I am. If you don't know me, my name is Erin. I am a half-time Arizona resident. I am from Arizona, born and raised. I went to school in the Phoenix area. I went to high school at Xavier, and then I moved up to Northern Arizona to attend NAU for college, and I stayed in Flagstaff for about 20 years until this last year. Well, actually now it'll be 2 years ago, we moved to Williams, Arizona, where we have a small cabin that was a vacation rental for us. We sold our home in Flag and we put the funds of that into a house in Mexico. So I have had this dream of living and working by the beach, living and working in another country. And because I am lucky enough to work online, I am living that dream. So we get to spend part of our time in the woods up in Williams and part of our time here in Rocky Point, Mexico, which is, and it's an extension of Arizona. They call it Arizona's beach. So today's topic is balance, routine, and hormones. And ironically, they kind of go together. If you don't know, I specialize in fat loss resistance, hormonal balance, and perimenopause. And the reason why I do that, one, because I am of that age, I am 42 years old. So I have grown through my fitness and wellness journey, and I kind of coached people who I was in alignment with. And I think it goes with age, right? I can teach people in their 20s, their teens, their early 30s how to lose body fat. Of course, I can do that. But I just have this special place in my heart for the 35 plus ladies who are experiencing a little bit of shift in their life, in their hormones, maybe becoming different versions of themselves. I know for me, it's become a freedom experience. I used to be this big people pleaser. I've become somebody who has boundaries and who allows myself to not be a part of things that drag me down. And that comes into what I want to talk about with routine, because my goal, so I had this goal in 2018, the end of 2018. I had become very unhealthy. I had a disordered relationship with food. I had a disordered relationship with alcohol. And due to that, I had gained a lot of weight. And I'm a pretty athletic person. Like, I like to hike, I like to paddleboard, I like walking, I like lifting weights. As you can see, the weights and the elliptical and all the things behind me. On the other side of this wall is the other part of our home gym. It's a passion of mine, and I had been rapidly gaining weight and declining in my health. And so I wanted to take control back of that. My hormones were kind of out of whack. I didn't know at the time that perimenopause symptoms can start as early as 35. So if you hit that like mid 30s range, 34, 35, 36, 37, somewhere in there, and your body starts to feel differently, you may be experiencing the first signs of perimenopause. Well, I didn't really want to talk about that in my earlier, like, I'm 42 now, I don't care anymore. But then, because I wasn't ready to admit it, and it's silly. It's really silly to think that I would be embarrassed of my body or the changes of my body. The only thing that means is that I have matured, I have aged, and I have been able to remain living until this phase of my life. And I believe fully now, and this is what I teach people. I call myself a mentor now. I don't call myself a coach anymore, because I don't really feel like I coach. I feel like what I do is help people overcome their mental barriers while giving them programs, fitness programs, nutrition help, and routine balance help in order to fully improve the quality of their life. And so it's not really coaching anymore. Kind of is. It's in that realm. But it's more lifestyle mentorship, and that can mean crushing whatever goal you want to crush. And here were mine: lose body fat, gain muscle, improve my health markers, balance my hormones, and stop being a people pleaser. And the way that I did that was by creating a routine. Okay. And so I had to be very diligent and strict in the beginning of my routine creation process. What I recommend for a majority of people, and a lot of the women I work with are, again, close to my age, have children. They're of varying ages. That's why the 40s are wild, because some of my friends have like infants, newborns, toddlers, and some have teenagers and grown-up kids. So we're like all over the map here. So we have to treat that completely differently. We can't treat, if you are a mom of a 15-year-old, you cannot be in the same routines and habits as if you were the mom of your infant child, right? So we have to look at it in that capacity. And we start really, really small. We start with one thing. And what I want you to do to look at is, what part of your day feels the most chaotic? Is it your morning routine? Is it your afternoon routine? Is it your evening routine? Or is it your like after bedtime routine? And that we have quadrants, right? And excuse my terrible band-aids. Look at, do you see this? My the first world problems. I had a new nail girl 2 weeks ago, and my nails are lifting, and they're my natural nails underneath. So I'm trying to keep them from breaking off before my appointment on Friday. But anyway, I digress. So we want to determine that. And I want, type it, if you're watching this, type it into the comments or write it down, get a piece of paper next to you. Which part of your day feels the most chaotic? Is it the morning? Are you rushing around getting the kids ready for school, packing lunches, getting them out the door? Is it your midday routine, super busy at work? You have to go through the drive-through to get something to eat? Is it getting the kids fed dinner and to their sports practices? Is it when you get like are putting the kids to bed and you're trying to also have downtime for yourself? Pick one, and we're going to work on that one. And then you're going to move to the next one, and then you're going to move to the next one, and then you're going to move to the next one. So we're going to start with the morning routine. If your morning routine is chaotic, let's figure out what the most chaotic part is. Let's say it's making sure you're fed, making sure the kids are dressed and ready to go, and making sure their lunches are packed. What I want you to do is pick one of those three things and do it the night before. It doesn't matter which one, just one. It might seem small, but it's all of these little things are going to help you. So let's say it's getting the kids dressed. You don't know where their clothes are. They don't know where their shoes are. So what we're going to do instead is have them, if they want to pick out an outfit, or if you pick out their outfits, we get it ready and set it on the dresser or the table or the chair or whatever the night before. Make sure we find the 2 shoes, the matching shoes, a pair of socks, ready to go. That is it. That's it. Or if it's your meal, maybe you're not eating and you're running through Starbucks and you're wired and tired all day and you're eating a muffin for breakfast and then you're starving by noon and you overconsume something that's in the break room and you feel like all out of whack, right? So you're going to put together your breakfast for the next day. It can be as simple as like oatmeal. So you put, literally, this is what I want you to do. Put your oatmeal into a bowl. I would suggest protein because I'm a health coach, so we want to have protein. So a scoop, and add a scoop of protein powder. Stir that up. We're not going to do anything else to it. Now, if you want to do like an overnight oats thing, you could add a little bit of milk and water and put it in the fridge and use it as a high protein overnight oats, or you could do it hot and just leave it, the protein and the oats on the counter, add water when you get up, and heat it up in the microwave. What I also want you to do is get your toppings ready. So if you want to do like an ounce of nuts and a cup of berries, put those on, the berries obviously in the fridge, in a bowl on the side, and the nuts in your oatmeal. You can microwave that all together. It's ready. You know you're fed and ready to go. Same thing with the kids' meal. And if we start to figure these little things out, every single block quadrant, we want quadrants in our day. And if you start thinking about them in quadrants, we're going to have less decision fatigue, less overwhelm, and you're going to feel better about crushing your goals and getting through the day, right? So let's do evening too. Let's do dinner time. Let's say your kids are in sports and you don't get home until late. So your habit is to drive through the drive-through and get them something to eat on your way home at like 7, 8 p.m. at night, and you're tired, you don't want to cook anything. Instead, what I want you to do is in the morning or even the night before, put a meal in the crock pot. It will cook all day. It'll be delicious. The kids will like it. I have a crock pot meal guide. I will give it to you for free. All you got to do is send me a message. You don't have to do anything for it other than let me know that you want it. And there's even a pizza one in there, you guys. It's kid friendly, delicious, high protein, all the good things. Put a meal in the crock pot. So you get home, the food is ready, you serve it up, you feel good about it, and then you can go to bed and start your nighttime routine. You plan that the day before so that on the crazy day, you don't have to worry about it. And then you're not mad at yourself for eating Chick-fil-A or whatever the case may be. And it's going to be cheaper because everything costs more now, right? And so it's going to be cheaper to make the food at home, have something healthier for your family, have something healthier for yourself, reduce stress, reduce decision fatigue. Okay, I'm getting close when I say this. Decision fatigue is the number one cause of burnout, especially in moms. So the less decisions that we have to make, the better we will be throughout the day. So if you plan these things out, and the best thing to do with meals, and I know I've said this on these before, is spend like Sunday mapping out your meals for the week. Include your night out. I'll tell you mine. Every day I eat the same breakfast and lunch mostly. So I have Greek yogurt with about a cup of berries and some nuts or chocolate chips if I'm feeling a little spicy. And I have coffee with almond milk and a little bit of honey and cinnamon. That's my morning routine. And then I also have a green tea for my gut health. For my lunch, I have been having grilled chicken breast with black beans. We cook the black beans ahead of time as well. So those are ready. All we got to do is microwave them up. And you can put this, if you don't work from home, you can put this in a little container and your veggies on the side, microwave it at work, and you're good to go. Black beans, chicken, high in fiber, high in protein, a little bit of cheese, some Greek yogurt. It tastes just like sour cream, I swear to you. And then whatever veggies you want, throw on top. That's what I've been having for lunch. For dinner, we have a plan that we incorporate every single week. So one night we'll do a pasta dish. One night we'll do a taco night. One night we'll do like a fish, vegetables, and potato night. One night, actually, we usually do 2 taco nights, if I'm honest, because it's just easy. It's easy to do tacos. And then let's see. Oh, and then another night we'll do usually a steak and veggie salad. So this week we did steak salad with roasted vegetables, but sometimes it's just like a super simple steak salad. And we plan one meal out a week, which is normally our pizza night on Fridays. And that's it. That's so you can look forward to it. And if you spend some time mapping this out, it becomes so easy because then like on Mondays, we're just going to have grilled salmon, roasted potatoes, and asparagus. All you got to do is make sure it's in the fridge and you cook it and you come home and you know that's what you're having. It also creates less friction with kids because it's like, no, on Mondays, we have grilled salmon. If they don't like salmon, whatever, input whatever it is that you want to in there. Maybe you go out to eat twice a week and you add that in there as well as maybe one of your breakfasts. So make your decisions less. Make it easier on yourself so that you don't feel that decision fatigue that we constantly are feeling. Put your clothes for work out the night before. I know it sounds crazy and I know it sounds like a thing that you tell children to do, but like if your clothes for work are just sitting there, you just have to put them on. You don't even have to think about it. And you know that it's something that you like to wear. It feels good. It's clean. It's ready to go. Less stress immediately from the moment you get out of bed and get dressed. It is a game changer to not have to make those decisions, because we make something like 5,000 decisions a day, and the less we have to make, the less overwhelmed we are. Now, hormones. This all goes together, by the way. The more that we are routine balanced and less stressed, especially as we enter like later in life, the more balanced our hormones will be. And the reason why is because we sleep better, we eat better, we move more, and we have less stress. So our cortisol is lower. Our thyroid functions better because we're eating fruits and vegetables, a lot more fiber. Carbohydrates help with thyroid function, help with gut health, all of those things. Our sex hormones improve, especially if we're moving more. Muscle will help with that as well. So if you're wanting to spice things up in your relationship, make sure that you are eating more protein and more fiber and getting to the gym and getting more muscle. Your sex hormones will balance out, especially if you are entering that perimenopause. Massively important to prioritize your muscle mass. So this is so underrated. We start losing muscle at the age of 30. If we don't do something about it, we start to also gain weight. So this is what is starting to happen around 30. We're losing muscle. If we're not trying to not lose muscle, we are going to suffer metabolic consequences, which means you're gaining, like the old diets you did don't work anymore. You're gaining body fat that like you're doing the same things and gaining weight. I hear this all the time, and it usually happens between the ages of 35 and 45, depending on how lucky you are and when it starts. For me, it was 35. So if you and the funny thing is I did go to the gym, but I wasn't properly strength training. I was just going to group classes and doing cardio and like there's nothing wrong. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that stuff. But if you don't have muscle, you are going to have problems with your hormones long term. You're also going to have problems with bone density, and you're also going to have problems with insulin resistance, which can lead to imbalanced A1C, so prediabetes and type 2 diabetes. It can lead to fat loss resistance issues. It can lead to all kinds of metabolic problems that you just simply don't want. So create this routine where you implement in your meals a protein source with each meal, a fiber, vegetable, or fruit, a carb source, whole food carb source, rice, quinoa, yams, potatoes, and a fat source as a garnish. So it's going to be like the olive oil that you cook your vegetables in, a little bit of avocado on top. It could potentially be a little bit of cheese sprinkled on it. Fat is your garnish. Women need about 50 grams of fat minimum a day for hormonal balance too. So make sure you're not too low in fat. We don't want to underconsume calories. We want to, if the goal is fat loss, you do need to eat in a caloric deficit. But if the goal is just health, we just want to make sure that we're eating enough and we're eating balanced. So 5 to 8 ounces of lean protein per meal, one protein snack, a fruit or vegetable 3 times a day, 3 servings of fruits or vegetables. If you can get more, awesome. It's totally going to help you. A healthy carb with every meal. Again, potatoes, yams, quinoa, rice, beans, all of those things are super, super good for you. And then a garnished fat source. Or you could do a snack like an ounce of almonds or something along those lines, or a little bit of nuts. Like I said, I put nuts on my Greek yogurt. So if you think about my breakfast, the Greek yogurt that I get has 20 grams of protein. I add berries, which is my fiber source, and then I add nuts or dark chocolate, which is my fat source. So we have our full balanced meal. There are carbs also, fibers, carbs in the berries. If I feel a little bit depleted or hungry after, I might add a piece of toast to get some more carbohydrates in, or before I work out or whatever the case may be, I will have maybe a little snack of carbs to bump up my energy levels and make sure that I am balanced for the day. Same thing with the lunch that I mentioned. So chicken, grilled chicken, protein, obviously. Beans are going to be fiber and carbs, vegetable fiber and carbs. Cheese is your fat source. And then Greek yogurt is one, probiotic for your gut health, and two, another protein source. So we're fully balanced. We have a better routine. We have healthier gut. We have healthier skin because this is going to help from the inside out. We have less decisions that we make throughout the day. If you are not making meals at breakfast, lunch, and dinner for your whole family, if you're just making like breakfast and lunch for you or deciding your breakfast and lunch, eat the same stuff. It will change the game for you. And then switch up dinner and plan your fun meal in. And the other thing about this that's really important to understand is that if you plan your fun meal in, like I said, mine is pizza night Friday, you have something to look forward to. And then you're not just eating out as a means to an end. It's like, well, I'm tired. I don't feel like cooking. I didn't have a plan, so I'm just going to run through Chipotle. And I'm hard pressed to find anyone who actually likes Chipotle. It just like seems kind of healthier, but it usually ends up very calorically dense and not that exciting. And you spent money and you ate something you didn't really like instead of like having the plan at home. You didn't have to have the extra time in line with your kids going crazy in the Chipotle line or waiting in the car or whatever the case may be. You already had your crock pot meal ready. The more that we can create this routine, and I just want you, I'm going to encourage you, pick one routine thing that you can start doing every single day. 15-minute walk, planning out your dinners for the week, planning out your own lunches for the week, planning out what you're going to wear. Pick one thing that you can take the decision away. And when that feels like, when you just do it mindlessly. So like, let's think about this. You brush your teeth at the end of the day, right? Mindlessly. You know you have to. Whatever your bedtime routine is, you are going to make it to the bathroom. You might not wash your makeup off your face. You're exhausted. Please do. But if you don't, you still brush your teeth, right? Or you take a shower. One of two things is going to happen most days. Brushing teeth every day. That's why I like this as an example. Every day, end of the day, we brush our teeth. And when these habits, when these routine balancing hacks become like brushing your teeth, you pick one more. And I'm telling you that it's like the butterfly effect, right? Or it snowballs. You start picking out your outfit for the day. And so then when the kids are going crazy, you're already dressed and ready to go. Your lunch is ready in the fridge. So all you have to do is grab it. And so if they lose their shoe, you aren't worried about not packing your lunch or what you're going to wear. You're dressed, ready to go. Your lunch is ready. You can help them find their shoe. This is what we're going to do to make our lives more manageable, less stressful, less chaotic, healthier. And then you can add in things that you've been wanting to do, hitting up that gym class, maybe, or I don't know, like taking the kids to ice skating, whatever it is in your life that you've been wanting to do that you feel like you have run out of time for. Maybe it's getting a pedicure for yourself. If you have some of these things planned ahead of time and you save yourself the time and trouble and the stress and the headache that it takes to like have to just decide, like you pick up the kids from school, you run them to sports practice, you're like, holy crap, I got to get them something to eat. So then we're deciding, they're fighting over what's happening in the car, Panda Express, Chipotle, McDonald's, Taco Bell, whatever. You don't want to eat that really. It's not in alignment with your goals, but you know you need to eat. Instead, all we do is have something at home in the crock pot. And you know you're coming home and we've got like a pizza crock pot thing, so like high protein, or you have green chili pork in there so that you can make tacos. All you got to do is get out corn tortillas or taco shells and you're ready to go. Like is a game changer. And I'm telling you, not only will your life change, your body will change, your mindset will change, your kids will feel less stressed because they'll be like, they're ready to go. Their clothes are ready to go. Like, you could have them help you do this. Pick out your clothes for the night, for the day, the next day, if they're old enough, right? Pick out your clothes for the next day. Let's get your shoes, like put them next to each other. Let's get your socks. Sweet outfit. I love it. Like, encourage them to do that. And they will then start just doing it. It will become a part of what their habits are. Same thing with like healthy behaviors. We've talked about this before. Maybe you want to go on a walk. Maybe you need to get more steps. So what you do instead is, like, every night after dinner, since it's staying late longer, you're going to go on a 15-minute walk with the fam. Make it fun. Like, hide some stuff around the neighborhood and have your kids find it, or play I Spy, or do, like, whatever the case may be, until you get to a place where you're like, every night after dinner, we just go on a walk. And the kids know, they start putting their shoes on. Kids are malleable like that. And they like routine. They like balance. They thrive there. We just get out of the habit as adults because life gets so crazy and stressful that we forget that if we just take some time, like a little bit of time, to create the routine, to create the meal plan, to create whatever plan you need to plan, we eliminate decisions like tenfold. It's life-changing. And it will help with hormonal balance. It will help with stress. It will help with sleep. It will help with happier kids, happier life, happier family, and happier you. And that is super important. So I'm going to pop off. Happy Mother's Day. I hope you get everything you want and need. I hope that the week is great for you, and whatever you want, you get to relax, or you get to brunch with the family, or you get to both, and that they just spoil the heck out of you. So I will see you again for another energy shift next week. If you want the Crockpot Guide, let me know. If you're watching this, I would love it if you follow me. I share all kinds of tips and tricks about how to reduce decision fatigue, to balance hormones, to get a better routine, to lose body fat, to get healthier, all of the things. And I would love to connect with you. So have a great rest of your day, and we will see you next week.